black people. It's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody.
We are in a state of emergency.
Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it go. Free your mind.
In honor of Women's History Month, we've been talking with female leaders in sports, politics, business, and entertainment. And this morning, we are focusing on
every Friday during Women's History Month. All month long, we've been celebrating Women's History Month by talking with female leaders in sports, politics, business, and entertainment. And this
to boldly go where no man has gone before.
This is Palmetto Star, but you can call me Prophet. Prophet Rose, the Prophet of Black Supremacy, and author of 3 Steps to End Racism Right Now.
If the world practiced these 3 steps, what would it look like?
Black empowerment, black rulership. The ability to define one's own reality is freedom. 3 Steps to End Racism Right Now is freedom in real time.
Why is racism trending?
When hasn't racism been trending in America? It is built off of racism. Everything about America is racist. We have never experienced the world without the shadow of racism, without the terrorism of racism, without the threat of racist intentions. We have never experienced that.
I ordered this book, God is on Trial. I ordered this book from Amazon, and I must say I've read it. It's very well written, very thought-provoking. And so, sisters and brothers like Alberta Parrish, again, God is on Trial. It is a provocative, thought-provoking, very real and honest point of view regarding the gods of major religions or of Abrahamic religions, and why those of us who follow these belief systems should be asking the same kind of questions instead of just blindly accepting and following.
But let me preface my point with this story of Jeanette Salters, who renamed herself Mama Lena Diop, and her sister who named herself Nzinga Jana. They inherited some land, acquired the land in Ghana, and was murdered by the locals. Why? Because they were Americans. A few of the natives didn't feel it was right that foreigners had a right to that land. So, to go back to Africa Negro
Everybody who is black and interested in black people, let us sit down and find out how we can get together in one direction against one enemy and accomplish this job overnight. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad told Jimmy that if black people in Harlem just stop saying hello and instead say salam alaikum, he said the whole thing will change. All you got to do is say salam alaikum. Let's say it slow. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum.
Salon and Wellness Spa is located in the historical area of East Point, Atlanta. This is a center for cultural, family-oriented community commencement, and just couldn't have chosen a better place for the Colored Only Cafe to make its debut. Very proud that Brother Palmetto Star has hooked me up with this opportunity, and they've allowed me to be the vending. I right now have the sole vending contract with this wonderful establishment. So excited. All of my Philadelphians, it feels like home. All of my Atlantic, you already know it. All of my ATLians, you already know it's home. But definitely, it has a northeast type of vibe. So please come down and enjoy. We are just here on the weekends right now, and we are Friday and Sundays. But every weekend, you can expect a great time, cultural engagement, awesome meals dripping in melanin. So come on down and enjoy.
Peace, prayer, and knowledge. I'm Soul Sister J. I'm Soul Sister D. And I just wanted to say thank you for all the people who helped to the medical fundraiser for my uncle Taalik. And it has meant so much to us that you would help, because without you guys, his life would not be possible, and we would not be with him today right now. And I just wanted to say, for all of you that helped and that donated, I would really like to give a big thanks, and I hope that I can meet you one day and say thank you in person. I love you guys, and next. Okay.
But when you have laws and things on paper that say, if you do this, we're going to punish you by incarcerating you, and you break them and you're dumb enough to get caught, then you're just dumb.
All right. Shout out to Reality's Temple in the building. Well, just for myself, I got to get him on here, man. You talk about somebody polarizing. Whoa. that brother is, I'll leave that alone. Shout out to the brother, though. Just.
Come on. Assemble the people. Come on. We will not be defeated by witch doctors' illusions.
And that is Brother Taalik from the Reality Temples on Earth channel. And if you get a chance to subscribe, please do subscribe to his channel. He's a good brother. You know, he's doing good work, and he wants to do good constructive things. He has good information to provide. So please do check out his channel if you get a chance.
I stand for nature. I stand for anything that is right. I'm pro-righteous, not pro-black. I am pro-righteous and not pro-black. So do your thing.
To ring out in perfect harmony, Terry Ellis becomes the first of the divas to offer the world her singular sound. And she does just that on Southern Gal.
Let's be honest. If black folks are going to get reparations, then they're going to need a 4-star general's approach to it. It will have to be approached in an organized, sustained, military-like way. A flamethrower of a man will have to be the keynote speaker concerning reparations. Brother Malcolm would have been the perfect man to go into the United Nations to pressure the power structure to give us reparations. But he's no longer with us, and his brothers who helped stop him haven't picked up the tab. They weren't serious. If reparations is going to be addressed, then a serious individual like this brother named Taalik Ibn'rad should be sent to the UN to speak before the General Assembly. Taalik has the qualifications to be taken serious. He's been consistent in his seriousness. He's a man that's not going to go into the UN and bite his tongue. He's going to express how he really feels. He won't modify his delivery. He won't flip the script, buck, bow, smile, and beguile. He'll let the power structure know how black people really feel and why they need restoration for the mental and spiritual destruction done to all of us. Go get him, wake him up in the middle of the night, and bring him to New York. He'll come in a clean but wrinkled undershirt with a loose-fitting collar. He might come in a robe, maybe in a suit. He might drive a truck to the UN. But you can rest assured, Taalik will be coming as himself. And once the world hears him, the fight for what black folks need will be over. It doesn't matter if Taalik is the opening or the keynote speaker. All you have to do is hear him, and you'll be hooked. What? Meet you at the old Autobahn so we can rally up and organize the people? Haven't you heard that place is always closed? The old ones in the power structure vowed that they would never again give the people that kind of space to assemble. They are scared of Malcolm's ghost now returning to the crime scene. That's why that place is always closed. This is Dusty Basement Studios, and we approve of this message.
My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody.
We are in a state of emergency.
Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it go. Free your mind.
I keep it real.
What, dear?
Cause I keeps it real like that. I keeps it real.
We are in a state of emergency.
Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it go. Free your mind.
Gotta jump back, kill myself. Hey! Look, I don't want to. What's the word I'm looking for? Belittle, degrade. That's not quite the words I'm looking for. But I want us to understand. And I want to talk to those who are involved or they support what we call hashtag ADOS, the American descendants of slaves, created by Yvette Carnell and Tone Talks. Also, its subsidiary, created by the filmmaker / historian, scholar, person, Tariq Nasheed, Foundational Black Americans. And I hear this among us when choosing an identity. You hear ADOS, I am an American descendant of slaves. I am a foundational Black American. You hear those as identifying labels. And you are on the right track. However, you may not know, some of you do, some of you don't. Well, I am going to let you know that prior to Yvette Carnell, before they was born, prior to Tone Talks, before they was born, prior to Tariq Nasheed, before he was born, a thought in their mother's womb, there was something called soul brothers and sisters. There was something called soul power. And when you saw Black power, you saw soul power. The wonderful thing about soul, the wonderful thing about soul power is that, to my knowledge, we really don't know an individual or organization that created this label or this identity. If so, please teach me. I would like to know. We know that soul, when we speak of soul, it has a reference to religious ideology. However, in this case, it does not. It's an identifier, a way to describe a people that come from out of death, but they are still able to maintain their life, as soul is the essence of life. So no matter what we've been through, we still act alive. No matter what horror, what trauma that we, the so-called Negro, the colored people of this nation, no matter what we go through, we still come out alive. The music at one time was identified as soul and gospel. And from out of soul and gospel comes rock and roll and even rap music and R&B. That's where it origins from. That's where it comes from, out of. When you go to the record store, it was called soul music. If you want to find Michael Jackson or Diana Ross or Smokey Robinson, you went to the soul section. That's what it was called. It's a self-identifier, a way to label yourself. And we know that we in this country was, on our birth certificates, we was the Negro. Some of us was called, maybe on your birth certificate, it was colored or Negro. Then it turned black, but it was understood that we were all soul brothers and sisters. This was our people. This was our uniqueness. This was us. So when you talk about soul brothers and sisters, there is no mix-up. You don't have to try to explain yourself. We know who you are. It can only be the American so-called Negro, the American colored people of this nation. You don't have to have a long explanations. There's no need for it. An African can't be a soul brother or somebody from the islands. You had to come from here, because soul brothers and sisters, that's our creation identifier. We became free and we began to find ourselves, and we broke loose from the things that caused us our oppression. And what caused us our oppression was being labeled black and African and all these different things. Those were the things that oppressed us. So naturally, we want to, in order to become free, in order to progress and move, we labeled ourselves and gave ourselves an identity outside of the racial construct. There's no need to say I'm black and I'm proud. And soul is beyond skin color. Soul is beyond melanin. Soul is beyond all those different things, because soul is life itself. So it's wonderful that we have Yvette Carnell. It's wonderful. We have Tone Talks and Tariq Nasheed, but you are behind the times. You're just catching up. Our people been doing this since the 1950s, late 1950s at least, that I know of. And they came out of skin color as an identifier, as a label. So you're behind. So we use soul on this platform not to go back into the past. We learn from the past, but we evolve from where they left off. And we would go beyond them, our ancestors, in our progression. And this is something that you haven't been able to do, because you want to continue to beg for reparations, and that's the only thing on your mind. But as a people, As a people, you're much more than reparations. You got a lot of growing up to do. So soul represents life, and reparations is not your life. It's not about gaining some money. You want to be free. You want to be liberated to do what? You want to be liberated and you want to be free to act and move as other liberated people have done, but you don't want to be them because all over the world, clearly, what they have done in our generation and generations prior for thousands of years, look at the condition it has put us. So it does not bring us life. It has brought us death, destruction, rape, murder, endless wars, the destruction, the foulness of this planet, the evil done to animal life. You don't want to continue. That's not life. That's death. So we are soul brothers and sisters because our mission coming up from out of death, we've learned to bring life. Even though we come from turmoil, though we come from a bad place, we have learned how to rise from the dead. Wow, if you only understood, but you're trapped in that racial construct which was designed to enslave, designed to keep you entrapped, to keep you on a plantation. We are soul brothers and sisters, and we bring life. It is natural. So all over this planet, you have all kinds of varieties of life. And life is always being created. Different life. And when you have death, when life comes back, it's stronger than what it was prior to death. Oh, wow. Did you hear what I said? I said, life, when it comes back, is stronger than what it was. But you want to continue the same old because you think that's what life is. Life is a skin color. Life is simply reparations. Life is getting a job, starting a business, my own independent nation, when life is the earth. The majority in this reality is dead. The rocks are dead. The soil is dead. Nothing is alive. There's nothing like life. So a people that represent life have to be able to move and act like you're alive. But we was called Negro because Negro, I heard that the G and the K in the Greek is interchangeable, which makes it necro or dead, and the study of the dead is necrology. That's why we was called Negroes. But we came out of being a Negro to being soul brothers and sisters, coming from death to life. And no religious teaching caused this. It was our natural instinct to live, to be alive, to survive. Religion is created to kill you, to stifle your progress, limit you to a book. Life is beyond a book that some man wrote and teach and preach from. So you'll never hear me talk about the teachings and the scholarship, because life and living is beyond a book and somebody's teachings and research and information. The ability to use your brain. And if ADOS and FBA, if only they could understand and learn a lesson from your relative, from your elder who has learned how to live, you could make some real progress. But you're not going to make any progress where you at right now, and you're thinking because you're trapped in a racial construct.
Hulk smash!
I was just doing a Google search, and I put in black YouTubers, black conscious YouTubers. I want to find an image that suits this particular topic. And wow. Now, of course, this is just part of the screen. And all the people that we know and love, not one of them, black YouTubers, black conscious YouTubers, not one of them. There's not one picture of young Pharaoh. You see no picture of Dr. Boyce Watkins, Tariq Nasheed, Cynthia G, Michi X, Sarah Sutanseti, Sinetta, and the list goes on and on. Not one. I would assume that these YouTubers, they concentrate on fashion and hip hop or, some other type of subject. That's why you don't see pictures of these other persons, because these black YouTubers probably get, for real views, real thousands and thousands and thousands of views. I don't know none of them either, but it's just amazing how young Pharaoh and Rizza Islam and whoever in this particular black conscious blackity black genre, they think they're so much. Their heads is in the clouds and whatever. And when you do a black YouTuber, there's Hassan Campbell. He's the big YouTuber. He's the something like that. There's not one picture of Hassan Campbell, Rashawn DeLay, all these persons that we talk about, not one picture of any of them, not one. And they think they are the Shazit. Look. And the reason why I wanted to look and find an image for this particular topic is that for me, I truly feel I need to subscribe. It's been almost a year. I unsubscribed to all of them. Tariq Nasheed, Sinetta TV, Young Pharaoh, the list goes on and on. I unsubscribed to all of them because they have nothing to offer. And when I look upon their pages now and then, I have not missed anything. And this is also to include people like the Black Authority, the Manosphere, O'Shea Jackson, They're not doing nothing. I unsubscribe to these people. There is no progress. There's no evolution. It's the same regurgitation, the same vomit that they eat and throw it right back up. The same loser crap over and over again. And then you have their dumbass listeners, viewers. What are you watching for? What are you looking from these people? Entertainment? It's the same stuff. It's reruns. No originality. Saying the same stuff over and over again. Yellow journalism. Doing the same stuff over and over again. No evolution, no progress, no nothing. So anybody sitting, the thousands who are giving these people your money and keep listening to this rehashed, same old garbage, you're stupid and dumb as hell. Religion, been around thousands of years, the same old crap. Flip it around, revise it, spin it around, same old stuff. The same old slave garbage that you've been doing since the end of the civil rights era. But at least during the civil rights era, they were able to gain a little something. That's why you can do what you do. You can't do nothing but run your damn mouth. And so like Michael Jackson said, these people aren't going to change. And I don't want you to change. Keep doing the same dumbass stuff that you're doing so that I can talk about you. I need to broaden my horizons and put these people on Front Street. A mirror needs to be shown. 20 years social media. Some of y'all been listening to these people as long as they have had a channel and you still in the same damn spot that you was 10, 15 years ago. The longest running television program ever. What season is this? Season 20? Season 30? But you awakened. You got the information. You done your research. It's the same stuff over and over again. They say the same things over and over again. That leads to what? Leads to nothing. It leads to nothing. And you enjoy having nothing. You like nothing. You like being nothing. Then when somebody call you out that you're nothing, you want to get angry and upset. We give the white man too much credit. Why? You nothing. Where's your power? Well, apparently, the white man or whoever earned whatever you're talking about. You are nothing. You're satisfied with nothing. But you want people to come around you and talk. You get around all these nothings get together and they want to uplift themselves up in their nothing. I know we're nothing, but I don't like that word white supremacy. Ain't nobody supreme to me. But you can't get a glass of water on your own. White man is the one running the pipes to your house. You love to drive cars, don't produce no gas, no tires, no transmission fluid. You don't make no clothes, no shoes. You're nothing. And you got all these black conscious YouTubers keep you in fantasy land. To keep you nothing. All these hundreds and hundreds of videos, none of them inspire and motivate you to be something. Just lay on your ass and pretend to be somebody. Because if you become a somebody, you don't need them no more. So they want to keep you nothing. Because once you become something, there's no need for their services. Just like if you embrace what we offer here on the Realities Temple, once you embrace this ideology, this mindset, you don't need them no more. And they making a living off of our oppression, off of our bad conditioning. Talking about women's weaves 24 hours a day. I'm an alpha male. I'm a high value male. And you live under the cracker. You ain't no alpha nothing. You are alpha nothing. A high value nothing. In this pretend world. They got you living fantasy and fairy tale. I need to speak out more against these people. They are a detriment. Black YouTube, conscious, blackity black is a detriment to our development. Because they got you comfortable, satisfied with nothing. You deserve better. We deserve better. They just want your money. So they can live like the cracker. Be like the peckerwood. They don't care nothing about us. They talk about liberation, but don't know how to get it. Still talking 1960, 1930, 1920, 5,000 years ago. It didn't help them during their time. How the hell is it going to help you now? We have to use our brain in 2021. Learn how to think for yourself. Solve our own problems. Pretend like we're something and you're nothing. They feel your fantasy because you don't want to do the sacrifice. You don't want the responsibility doing for yourself. But you want to be seen that way. But you're not. You are a pretend freedom person, but you really don't want it. If it ain't about liberation, if it ain't about changing this condition, anything that you talk about is garbage. Black YouTube is garbage. Black conscious, blackity black, Pan-African, pro-blackness, it's all garbage. It's not changing your condition, just keeping you a slave. Massa, and that's all you do with your in the religious garbage, looking for a massa, a slave. Slave massa. Somebody to serve and worship, to follow, to lead. Because you're too damn like a dumb ass animal. A herd animal. You need something to follow. Have no brain of your own. You need to put on blast. Somebody need to tell you exactly how you rolling. The man in the mirror. Black YouTube got y'all dumb as hell. On plantation. The only thing you do is go from plantation to plantation. This channel is about liberation, about being free. Using your brain. You don't have to agree with me. Use your brain. But I'm not worried about it because I know if you use your brain, we're going to be on the same page. Self-thinking, self-thought. This is unacceptable. Black YouTube foolishness. That's why they don't mind you playing around on YouTube and Facebook. Bunch of slaves, bunch of pigs wallowing in the mud. Just recently, and out of all my years since 2007, being on social media, I have never, not only on social media, but even in my personal life, those who know me in person, I never told them about my plan of going to Washington, D.C., wanting to assassinate President Reagan. I think his name was Hinckley. He beat me to the punch. And the reason why I wanted to assassinate Mr. Reagan was because of my deep hatred of Caucasian people, pink people at that time. The way I talk now, you probably would not even believe that such a hate I would have. But I did. My mind was filled with the Nation of Islam teachings. I was doing different research and reading on my own, reading about the conditions of slavery, reading about what was going on with us right then and there in the 1980s. Somebody got to do something. We have to fight back. Something has to be done. So the only thing in my mind, when you kill our leaders, why can't we kill yours? I could see I was in an organization, the Nation of Islam. I could see they were not ready for that type of action. So I decided this must be a lone wolf activity. My mistake was telling a brother about my plans because I thought he was like myself. And he talked me out of that. I bring that again to us to show you the level of hatred I had for Caucasian people to the point that I wanted to murder. But I also want to tell you, I had great love for my own. The so-called or the Black American, the Negro, the colored man in this nation. I would knock on doors. I would talk to my family members, and I would talk to my neighbors and strangers out in the street. And no matter if they slam doors in my face, sick dogs on me, whatever type of cruelty that they shown me, I took on the attitude like the Jesus of the Bible. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. I never got angry at them because they wouldn't want to be an African or a black Muslim or much of the things that they done. I never shown them anger and hatred. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. And when it comes to turning the other cheek and loving your enemies, if I'm going to do that, then I do it towards my own. And that's what I done. There's nobody that can come out the woodwork and say that they were treated in a harsh, nasty, or vile, or evil way with me. Now, I must admit, I did use some nasty words. I would use Sambo and coon and things of that nature. I did do that. I did do that, and I feel bad. And as you grow and mature, you learn. And actually, the person who got me from who caused me to stop calling people coons and sambos and all that was Tommy Sotomayor. What he said made sense. He said, "Y'all black power, blackity black folks, you call people sambos and coons and all this other stuff. The white man's words." And he's right. And the Caucasian, when he called or talk about coons and sambos and Uncle Toms, it's all of us. It ain't the one that reject Africa. It ain't the one that still eat pork. It ain't all. It's all of us. So we have Sister Deity, and she comes on this platform, and she loved black people. Oh, I love you don't love black people. You don't have no love for yourself. That's what she tells me. You don't have no love for yourself. But she comes on this platform, and because I don't agree with what she's talking about, or she think that you don't agree with what she's talking about, then you are an old, decrepit, broke down, whatever, Sambo coon. And because of my love of our people, I bear with her. Who knows how many times I've blocked this young lady. Don't want nothing to do with her because she's very disrespectful, but she does it out of love. She does it out of love. She talks to us the same way she talk about the Peckerwood. Nasty, vile, profane, disrespectful, evil. When you hear her talk in a hateful tone towards Caucasian people, she used that same tone against the people she talk about I love. She loves us. I am her elder. Brother Dr. Omar is her elder. And just the fact that we are her elders, you would think she would have some type of respect, but she does not. But she loves. So I question pro-black love. What kind of love is it that you exude? Your kind of love I don't want. The reason why the past few years I've really gone real hard talking against Pan-Africanism and all that pro-blackity black stuff is because of these suckers that talk about they love black folks, they love the so-called Negro, they love Africans born in America, all that nonsense, and then because you reject the crap that they talking about, you a Sambo, you a coon, you filled with self-hatred and all this other nonsense. And then when you fight back, they can't take it. Like in her case. They can dish it out, but they can't take it. I'm not Dr. King. And a lot of us is not Dr. King. And I'm not going to love you. I don't give a damn if you don't love me or like me. Take your happy ass and kick rocks. You're no benefit to me. You're a piece of trash. You don't mean nothing to nobody. You're a detriment to the soul community. You're a detriment to the black community because you're a damn fool and you're not real. I was way more pro-black than all these suckers here. To the point, I'm willing to take a gun and let's go for it. You never hear them, and you'll never see them do that. They so pro-blackity black. Fake. You're not real. You so Africa. Take your ass to Africa. What you waiting for? You don't have to have no money. People from Africa, people from South America come here all the time. Don't have a dime in their pocket. You fake. And you love people. When you hear Minister Farrakhan speak, I don't care how nasty people get. He's always cool, calm, and collect. Well, brother, sister, always talking that type of tone. Now, when he get home, I'm very sure he'll rant and rave and cuss you out and blah, blah, blah. But in the public, because when you're trying to sell somebody something, when you're trying to paint an image, so these people are painting the image that Pan-Africanism and this pro-blackness ain't nothing but chocolate-covered pink racism. Because they hate black folks. They talk about how much they love. How you gonna love me calling me a coon and a Sambo? I'm filled with self-hatred and disrespect me because I don't agree with what you're talking about. And maybe one day I might agree with you. But the only thing you done was turn me off. Also, you so arrogant, you a know-it-all. Well, if you got it going on like that, then show us. This blackity black stuff been around over 100-some years. Produce nothing. Still talking. What I'm gonna do. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. What I'm gonna do. We asked this young lady, what is your plan? She give us nothing. They have nothing. And arrogant. We've been doing it your way for 100 years. Why don't you try something different? A new mind, a new strategy. Arrogant people. Nasty. I don't want to be a part of that. You shouldn't want to be part of that either. And the people clearly don't want to be part of it. They're not embracing that stuff. A relic of the past. There ain't nobody into all that old wannabe racist garbage.
We are in a state of emergency.
Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it go. Free your mind.
All right. Let's skip the formalities and let's get down to the real nitty gritty, y'all. A song once sung by Gladys Knight and the Pips. Let's get down to the real nitty gritty. there are a bunch of folks who live in the past, who believe in what we call Pan-Africanism, because they believe. They don't really know. They believe they are Africans born in America. They believe this. But if forced to prove this, they really can't. When you break it all the way down, they can't. So they bring to us their bogus DNA test. Now, I call it a bogus DNA test because most of these African DNA tests, African ancestry tests, whatever you want to call it, a lot of them will tell you outright, for entertainment purposes only. Now, if it's not for entertainment purposes only, that means at the bare minimum, if need be, a court of law will accept your DNA test as evidence. At minimum. Your DNA tests, some of them will tell you that you are 75%, 80%, so-and-so. But I'm not going to even get into that. That's a whole different topic. I want to raise a question. See, Pan-Africanism is very simple description. Basically, it's the unification of all black people, all those of African ancestry, the unification of all the 50 plus countries on the continent worldwide. Pan-Africanism. However, Africa itself is not interested. They are 50 plus different nations. And in 2021, to my knowledge, you can correct me, I don't hear nothing about them trying to come together. Matter of fact, the closest that I heard of, and you can correct me if I am in error, because I don't know. I don't keep up with this stuff. I'm interested in myself and us. To my knowledge, it was an Arab man called Colonel Gaddafi, who once was the leader, the president or whatever of Libya, that made some type of attempt to try to merge these African nations together so they can create their own economic system so they wouldn't be so dependent upon Europeans and other foreigners. So if this is true, I understand why it was necessary for the United States and other nations to unify and cause his demise. Because for Africa to unite would not be in their best interest. And since Africa is not interested, let us kill the one that's trying to make them interested. And they did that. And once Colonel Gaddafi was killed, there has been no more talk of this unification among African nations economically. if you reject this concept, this ideology of let me tell you, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I can easily support that. It's wonderful. There's nothing wrong with that. However, the problem is, and I'll raise the question, what has Africa done for Black America? You see all these videos about Africa. I am an African born in America. All this love, all this spitting and foaming at the mouth and snotting and vomiting Africa, Africa this, Africa that. Because that's the motherland. What kind of mother has Mother Africa been to the Black man and woman in America? The number one thing that we should get from our mother is her love. What kind of love is Africa showing the Black man and woman? I'm not talking about your little flunkies in Africa that might live on the African continent or whatever. I'm not talking about your flunkies. I'm talking about the love that you're getting from the governors, the presidents, the people who actually run these nations forever how long. What kind of love are they showing us? None. There is no love. But you foaming at what is a mother supposed to do for her child? She's supposed to protect her child. How long have we been living in this nation? Going on 500 years. Now, here we are under the brutality, the domination of a racist people, catching hell ourselves, and we are protesting for apartheid in South Africa. And since that time, our work, our sacrifice, our bodies used to secure the release of Mandela and possibly many others. How many of them have protested, worked to get us out of these jails and prisons in America under the same apartheid-like situation? None. So you talk about Mother Africa, a mother is supposed to love. Where is this love? Mother is supposed to protect. Where is this protection? And whatever mother have, mother's supposed to share with her babies. So when mother dies, you inherit. Whatever mother has, you can also benefit from mother. See, you're talking about a continent that is not unified. You're talking about a continent that's divided all up, who is not interested in Pan-Africanism. So you will be able to contact a few citizens, but no governments is interested in your ideology, in your belief. Now, somebody like Minister Louis Farrakhan has connection to these that actually run the country, these presidents, these rulers. And somebody like him has made no real connection to none of these governments except maybe in Ghana. And it's very minor. They're not interested like that. What have Africa done for you lately? We have been here in America going on 500 years. What has Africa done for us? And you want me to go head over heels? You have a delusional outlook, a delusional fantasy outlook. I don't give a damn if I am an African born in America. My biological father never did nothing for me. So what? We related. He's my father. I'm supposed to jump head over heels because he's my daddy. I'm supposed to jump head over heels because my ancestors came from Africa. And Africa does nothing for me. It does nothing for us. Just like my father, my biological father, didn't do nothing for me as a little boy. I'm supposed to jump head over heels because he's my father. You're supposed to jump head over heels for somebody that don't give a damn about you. That's all right. I'm fine. I'm doing it for myself. I don't need your help. They take anything they can get from you and roll out. What is it, that country of Ghana? They made $2 billion off of that return to return to the motherland crap they had a few years ago. And we brought to them $2 billion to their economy or more. What did they do for us? And then you turn around to about the Chinese people do this to us, come into our communities and suck us dry, and the Chinese come into our communities and the Arabs come into our communities. Oh, but it's all right for the Africans to take care of us, to parasite off of us. Y'all some damn fools. And you're a damn fool for getting caught up in all that rhetoric. You should care about those who care about you. There's no evidence to show that these governments, Africa is 50-some nations. Which one love you? Talk so to me now. Which one love us? Which one is giving us some land, some resources for free? We just got to go get it. Here you go. Here go the gold. Here go the platinum. We owe you this much. Come and get it. They don't give you nothing. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, why do we love the white man? Because they give us nothing. Why do you love Africa? Because Africa not giving you nothing. No kind of help. No kind of love. No protection. No nothing. No guns so that you can fight if you wanted to. Give you nothing. The only thing they do is take and benefit. Because you foam at the mouth. You have a delusional mindset. Fairy tale mindset of looking at your situation. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a relationship. But it must be understood. You're not going to use me. You're not going to exploit me.
We are in a state of emergency.
Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it go. Free your mind.